So to start off, the tools we're going to be needing is going to be a heavy duty hand stapler. Right here, this is the one I got. It's about 20 bucks. Next one we're going to need is the T50. Seat Concepts recommends the T50 staples. They're stainless steel, 1/4 inch in length. First thing you're going to be using in this entire project is going to be this, a staple puller. You don't have to have one of these. I just bought one. A flathead screwdriver works just fine. But you are only going to pop up one side of that staple. So you're going to be needing a pair of pliers. And then before you put the new cover on, you're going to want to go around the edges of the seat pan to make sure that all of the sharp edges are gone. So anywhere you feel a sharp edge with your finger, you want to go over it and just sand it down. I have a 220 grit sanding block right here. So anywhere that I feel a sharp edge, I just run that sandpaper over top of it like that to knock down that sharp edge. You can also do like a piece of duct tape over the sharp edge. Most of these seat pans, especially the plastic ones, they're going to be molded with wherever it was casted, there's like this ring of plastic around the outside that's probably wouldn't do any harm to the seat cover, but you might as well go ahead and just run that sandpaper over top of it, because you're going to want to protect your cover as much as possible, because they're not cheap. So I just run it all the way across, knock any of those high edges down on the plastic. You're not going to do any damage to the seat pan. You're not sanding anything major, just the high spots. Once you go around all of that, get all that cleaned up, all the way around the seat pan, you want to make sure every little sharp edge has been knocked down with a piece of sandpaper. On the inside too, this inside lip right here, you're going to get some. And you're going to also have some residue of the leftover seat cushion, this stuff right here. So not necessarily a big deal, but try to get as much of that as you can off. And then once you do that, you are good to spray that spray adhesive down on this. So it's quick drying. So once you spray it down, you're going to want to have your cushion pretty close by so you can spray it and then set it, and then make sure when you set it that it's setting perfectly center of the seat pan. Alright, so as you guys can see, the pad is glued onto the seat pan. There's the bottom, there's the pan right there. Here's the foam. So Seat Concepts gives you this weatherproof cover that you put over this, the foam and the seat pan, in between the foam and the seat cover, so it basically keeps it all waterproof. It's essentially just a waterproof plastic bag, but it slides. You unfold it like so, and just kind of wrap it around. Just like that. Like this. Cut the excess off later. So once we got that in place, everywhere where we want it, we can take our seat cover and start sliding it over the corners here. So this is going to be a little difficult to work with, as long as it's a little easier if you put it in a warm environment, like out in the sunlight, or leave it in your house to get a little warm so the material's light. So now that we've slid our seat cover on here, so it comes with a set of instructions. It says you want the seat cover tight but not too tight. So basically you want some give in your seat cover, because you're going to want a little bit of flex in it when you sit. You don't want to be putting strain on it. You want it to have that extra bit of fabric to settle. But anywhere where there's wrinkles, you just pop the staple out and then readjust. So, but this is the first time that I've ever done something like this. So if I can do it, anybody can. So you want to keep on looking and double checking alignment, especially with that plastic under there. It kind of makes this seat cover slide around quite a bit. So now checking alignment every direction here. So it also comes with instructions right here. There's also other YouTube videos you can watch. The best way is just to experience it for yourself. Just dive right in, try to read the instructions, try to get as much information as you can, and then just start. Eventually, you know, it'll work itself out. You just got to keep on checking alignment and making sure the cover is centered on the seat and everything looks good and exactly how you want it to look, because it's something you can fix later, but it's just so much easier to get it right the first time. Or at least as close to right as possible. So I'm going to start with stapling the front up here. So this is going to be a little difficult here. Let's get this out of here. Not really liking what's going on with this corner here. I'm going to try to adjust that, try to get that wrinkle out of there as much as I can. I'm going to prop it up on its end, find where I'm going to nail or staple into. Looks like it's going to be right there. So I'm just going to put a few staples in, just enough to hold it where I want it. So probably just one right in the center of this. Again, make sure your alignment's good. So that's one of the centers there. It's looking good so far. So just keep on checking as you go around. Make sure it's looking how it's supposed to look. And hopefully with any luck by the end of this, it will look like it came like that. Hopefully. So I'm going to go ahead and probably put another one here. Which, by the way, this staple gun right here has your regular handle lever right here, and it also has a trigger. So I got that to see if this would make this any easier here. So we'll just keep going around. Oh, I missed that one completely. And it looks like I missed that one too completely. Okay, looks like I'm continuously missing them completely. There we go. So try not to shoot a bunch of staples in there that don't have to make extra holes than needed in the fabric. Try to get the ones out of there that I don't want or need. Now I'll move those out and I'll recheck alignment, make sure everything's good. Looks like we're looking pretty good here. And then we're going to go to the back side here. We're going to, again, one more time, check alignment, make sure that's good, and then we're going to put probably 2 or 3 staples right here in the back. There's a seam right here, so that makes it a little nicer, so you should be able to line it up somewhat in the middle of your seat, at least what looks to be metal anyways. Then we can come through here, get a better angle on this here. Gotta put that one there. Go ahead and put one there. Like we're jammed. One. That was weird. I think I inadvertently figured out how the trigger works. Okay, I'll put 2 See, we kind of want to make sure the seam's lined up. It's actually pretty slick. Okay, so back looks to be pretty decent. So then on the instructions the seat concept gives you, it says that cover should be tight, but not too tight. Let's see here. Tack the front and rear of the cover, the seat of the base, just a couple staples. Pull and tack down the rest of the front section, working your way to the rear of the seat. Alternate from side to side as you tack it down. So we'll go back to the front. And since we already got started, we'll continue. Oh, okay, I see how it works. So we just want to make sure that we're checking for alignment here. It looks like my front's a little out of alignment, but nothing too terrible. So I think we're good. So I'll go ahead and put one more staple right there. Okay. Looking good so far. And then originally they have a lot of staples and they're all pretty close together, so I'm just going to work my way in that same somewhat of a pattern they had in the stock seat. You just want to make sure you're hitting the plastic every time. So I think that's going to look good as it goes down. Might be a little crooked, but it's not terrible. So this will just keep on going around. So we can now make another check here. We're still looking somewhat good. Looks like it. Okay, we'll go to this side. So this also has a depth adjustment here. I think that's what that is. I'll just leave it. I'm not entirely sure. So we got the front stapled in place here. halfway down the side right now. I'm just gonna step back, check, make sure everything's still like it. So okay, quite a slack here in the middle, hopefully over time that will mold to the seat itself. Signals, go ahead and let it run. Okay. Here. Keep checking. Reverse check a lot. Okay. Pretty well got it set. Go outside here. Make sure we get anything like this. Same from this side. Go here. Okay, at this point we're just about done. Go ahead. Now let me do some more check here. Okay, stay right there. Okay. Check this. Okay, it's pretty good there. So right now I'm finishing off from the back side of the seat. I think we can start finishing up. Got the excess water in there off. No staples. Right, that's done. Okay. Now we're going to want is some sort of razor blade. I guess didn't look at their instruction on this stuff. So we'll just cut it kind of tight to everything. Try to make it as clean as a cut as possible. This blade is dull. So this could be completely wrong. So maybe if you guys wanted to watch a YouTube video, make sure you're doing this part right. I don't know what else you would do with it though. Try to make sure it's a sharp blade, sharper than I have, so you're not tearing it out from underneath the seat cover. So you're just cutting the plastic when you're doing it. You don't want to rip the waterproofing away from the seat cover, or out from underneath it anyways. Try to be a little more careful here. Through here. Careful not to cut the fabric of the seat either, because that would be lame. Okay, so when it's all said and done, we're left with something that resembles a seat, hopefully. There's that. You can see I still got some slack in here. I think if this doesn't settle down and sit into place, I might pop some of these staples out around the side and pull this fabric a little tighter. But I will take that on a ride and see how it feels. And I will give you guys a full report. I've heard really good things about Seat Concepts, so they seem to be a pretty high quality seat manufacturer. More specifically, they're for like enduro bikes, dirt bikes, adventure bikes, that kind of stuff, dual sport. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Like and subscribe, share me, everything else. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure you get all my notifications from my new videos that are coming out. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.